Okay, I feel like an idiot. I know why my mic hasn't been working. I forgot to push the unmute button. So now we're back to the game, back to music background. So, what the prince here to say is, I'm gonna go do a quick test on mic. Test, test, test. Test, test. Alrighty, I was able to hear my voice on my cat's display, so should be doing me now? Type it in so you can also register there. And come on. And you hear me now. After you have 100%. Test, test, test. But you can't hear me. Okay. All right. And can you hear the music? And how is the music compared to my voice? Well, on the bright side of things, we're here long enough to get the movements going. So now we're getting moving anyway. So
Power low.
since we didn't waste any time, we needed to be in this room anyway. So on the agenda today is we are going to put in some new solar. That's the very first thing we're going to do today. Now, gameplay is louder than your height. Well, I apologize to everybody in advance because sadly my nicer mic is not here today. I will try to go in and mess with the settings in just a moment. I want to get these solar panels before I mess with this. We'll turn down the game sound. There we go, and that should also have it where it's displaying the it's not. Okay, now it's displaying it properly. I've been messing around with my OBS settings so that way you should be able to see in the upper left the album and the song. And hopefully now the sound is more adjusted for my mic. All right. So as we learned last time, we have a power shortage. This level is fine because it's got its own battery, but downstairs we're drawing more power than we're using, or we're drawing more power than we're making. So I'm gonna put 5 more solar panels up. Unfortunately, I'm currently at max gain on my mic. Test, test.
Air tank low.
Oh, air tank low. Oh, luckily I'm right near the thing.
Air tank critical.
Doot, doot, doot. Yep. Isis is on the couch, being very peaceful, which I'm happy about. Well, next week I will have my better mic. I'm kind of curious. What if I go into? I'm looking we were talking now. Back in town. We okay. Well, trying a different mic. Can you hear me better now? Okay, so I'll just use the standard laptop mic, even though it doesn't sound the greatest. It at least picks up. So we'll just have to deal with this commentary until I can get my headset back from work. All right. Yeah, I'm like, I do have plenty of heavy cable, but I don't have enough frames. So. I did not bring the glass, but again, it is not close to dawn anytime soon, so we got time. I'm actually on the moon. I'm kind of reluctant to go back to the asteroid belt after last time, and I'm still debating whether I want to release that clip or not. Because getting eaten by a traitor was not fun. And so we got the frames. Need 4 more frames. Yeah, I think this is probably my most elaborate build so far. Because I know you saw my space stations where I was still learning a lot of the systems to keep yourself alive. And why this is as probably more elaborate than anything else I've built, it's going to be even more elaborate. Wait till you see the mining level. Now, let's get these last solar panels hooked up because that way we can have power once the dawn hits. There's your folder. The dead battery.
Hunger caution.
And looks like my battery's low too. We're all having battery problems right now. At least I have better elevator music. Halfway through the night. One, 20, 270 degrees. That way they're all on the same axis. I have not got fancy with the IC10 code on the solar panels yet. Right now it's just being driven by simple logic. Hopefully that will be enough solar power to drive what we have at the bottom of the base, both through the day and through the night. Now let's go check out the mining level and try to remember what we were working on. All right, we got our 3 deep miners going into a stacker, which then flows down, goes into here until full, then goes through here, into here, and basically repeats that cycle all the way down. At some point, I need to put an IC chip down here, so that way it knows when these guys get full. That one's about a quarter of the way full. But once it gets full, it will pull the lever, open it up, send everything down, and then start sorting. Iron sorter, copper sorter, sorter gold, sorter coal, sorter silicone, silver, nickel, lead, cobalt, and uranium. I need more chutes. Because after it gets sorted, I need more regular cable. It goes into these nice silos. We're hungry, and now let's go get us a higher. Well, we're going to have to make the ability to do the higher foods. There we go. 33 days without dying. All right. Put that microwave. We don't even have a processor yet. Agent processor. Gold, copper, and iron. There's our iron. All right. Now we got that. Let's set that up over here. Look it up. The wire cutters are not where they're supposed to be. Alright, turn you on, turn you on. And now let's make some solar. And make french fries. Oh, that's right. I haven't pressurized the base yet. Now when we drink the water, we'll go up to 175? Yes, 175. Let's go put the french fries away, and then we can get moving on our day. It is now daytime, so we should be getting power down here. No, we are getting net power. Although, for the meantime, I'm going to shut off the deep miners just to let the power build up. You have nothing in you, so you're wasting power. You got nothing in you, so you're wasting power. You got nothing in you, so you're wasting power. You know, that would be another good thing to add to the IC10 code is have these off if they're not accepting anything. Right, so you're the one that has stuff, which means everybody before you should also have stuff. Alright. Coal, gold, iron, silicone, copper. Oh, is that because everyone else is wired up yet? Yep, that's what it is. So we are going to need chutes and we're going to need cable. There, let's get cables going. Get you in here and get chutes going. We're gonna get fixed cables and then we're gonna at least get started. Alright. Alright. I really need to get that terrain modifier to fill in these holes. Alright. I'm over to the control computer. So top coal is coal, gold is gold, iron is iron, silicone is silicone, copper is copper, silver needs to be silver. What? No, no. Not the one I wanted to change. Copper. Silver. Make sure it's on silver this time. There we go. Nickel. Now we want to go lead. There we go. Go down to cobalt. Now let's do uranium. Space ice. Space ice. That doesn't tell me much. Yeah, space ice. Although pure steam ice is just kind of a funny concept. I imagine it's just how they coded it that it shows up that way. Oh yeah, that's right. There is more water.
Power low.
Clear all this out. Mhm. I have to go make. I'll have to make a mining backpack at some point just to deal with all of this ice. Hopefully, I already have it. There we go. Oh, and that's why I have all the stackers. Yeah, there was the reason I had all the stackers. There we go. Alright, let's go get a mining backpack, put all this nitrite into it, get more cables, basically get more of everything. Yeah, there's a mining backpack not being used. I know, my printer's mad at me and is throwing stuff at me. Excuse me while I go find out what a cat is doing. Alright, I'm back. My cats are just tag teaming me when it comes to who's trying to open the cupboard. One will try to open the cupboard and then sit where I can see them, so if the cupboard is being messed with, I'm not going to be able to yell at them. But then the other one goes and acts up why that one's in view. There's your folder. This blends in very nicely. Actually, I heard waste tank was getting full, so let's deal with the waste tank. We want 10 for the waste tank. Because we want to do that in our greenhouse. Because we do have a little bit of an overpressure ability or protection. Now we go back down to level 5. At some point, I really do need to flush out living quarters. But I figured it'd be best to get the mining operation going first. Then that way it provides the resources. Down to the basement we go. Go mine out our mine. Well, that didn't take long to fill that up. Well, when I get my atmosphere set up, I will definitely have nitrogen tanks. For certain. pretty close to the end of where I need to mine out for now. We will have to continue to do more when we go to use the ores for something. Alright. Get some of these silos constructed. Oh, these use a lot of skill sheets. Alright. With that said, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 35 more cubes. Oh, 34 technically, but we're gonna have to make a lot more steel. Okay, let's just switch it now. That's the end of the steel for now. That's 20, we need 34. 10, 9, 8, 4, 2, 1. Nope. Well, no fun. Now we just have to connect them.
Power critical.
Link them up. Make straights. All right. Getting somewhere. Oh, there. Oh, substitute. Now we do the cable. Hmm. What's your air? Your air that you're full? Yep. All right. One uranium. That's the rarest. 5 cobalt. Okay. Oh, sure. Um, Open up the welder and plug battery in it. Boom. Thank goodness we weren't on Venus. Hmm. Okay. Either way, what I'm thinking about it. All right. You have a little bit of coal. I did not see what happened to that. There's our iron we need. Anything in there, always, even if you think it's empty, check your furnace. The moment you don't check it is the moment you realize, oh crap, I forgot to empty it. How hot is the gas that we have? And not hot enough. No, that's supposed to be burning. Not burning that. Kill you. Empty out the tank. Alright. Tank close enough to empty. Let's get our steel going. Yep. And empty that hot gas into the waste tank. So hopefully the waste tank gets hot. Alright. Make me as many steel sheets as you can, because we need a lot. I mean, that's basically the answer. We need a lot. I'm thinking about it, we're also going to need a lot of silicone sheets. Because we have a lot of silos we need to make for our deep miner. The fun part is once we're done with the silos being built, I think we can at least manually empty the centrifuges and get the deep miners going. And then we can move on to the next task. I know I still need to write the code that will manually open the centrifuges once they're full, but I'd rather move on to the next task for the time being because I'm not wanting to do IC10 and I want to get the living quarters working better. Having just a tiny, for now, greenhouse is not doing well. I mean, it works, but we can do better. It is hard. It's spring habitat. So silo, you need 15. So 60 is kind of low ball number. And then we need 40 sheets. Yeah. And a lot more cake. Make more cake. Yeah, 50 is fine. Plastic sheets in mass numbers. And while it's doing that, I can take off my wrap because I did the plasma today and you have to leave that on for 2 hours. I always do like to bring up the fact that companies do pay people to donate plasma, and it's relatively easy to do, and at least in my area, they pay decently. So, like, it's an extra $500 a month to donate plasma regularly, and I don't know anyone who doesn't need an extra $500 a month. And it's one of those things, make the world a better place by getting a little something on the side. Ooh, ooh. I think I went a little overboard on plastic sheets. All right. Oh, that's the battery. Doo -doo -doo. There we go. And that's kind of even more of a face palm because it even shows you the battery level when you hold it, and I should have noticed that there was no light. All right, so 'Boom. I've been meaning to watch the Agatha on Disney Plus. I just haven't had time. If I'm honest, I still haven't even watched Andor. I mean, it's good. I watched the first episode, but it's one of those where you have to pay attention to watch it, and I don't have time for that. Oh, I do have more papers. Boom, last silo made. Now it's time to wire it. 35 days without dying.
Air tank low.
Everything flows. Oh, I've missed more than one wire. Oh, that's actually kind of nice. I mean, I still have those three, but did it? Did Oh yeah. Um, there's freaking labeler. Turn on all the silos.
Hunger caution.
Alright, now it's time to test this system out. This guy is full. Pull it. Give us a better walkway so we're not bumping into the ground along the wall. Put that back. Three. Yeah, and it should be because gold, gold, silicone, silver, nickel, lead, and lead, cobalt, cobalt, and this should be uranium. Yep. All right. So the sorters are working. back up. Open you up. All right. Oh, and we're at full power on that, so let's get all the deep miners going. Looks like our power system has definitely been sorted out. And this is starting to get overpowered, but that's fine because we kind of, that's our next project is to get this living area livable. Driving, but okay. They're almost ready, but not quite. Let's sneak back out and got our french fries.
Air tank low.
Over there we can get the air tank topped off.
Air tank critical.
Okay. French fries. Helmet, take off suit, eat our french fries. Alright. Our next goal, air conditioning. How do we want to run the air conditioning? Light on the I'm thinking what I'm going to do is I'm going to run it up that wall to the elevator and then have some way to vent it into place. I want to go down, not up. First off, we're definitely going to want that sensor lens. Power for it.
Power low. Power critical.
Alright, do we have any pipes already made? I mean, that's going to be good for once we reach the surface, but I want. Okay. We're going to need a lot of pipes. a lot of fun. Because we got to go from level 10 to level 19. So going 9 levels, a lot of pipe. I know I should probably color code everything right now, but one, I don't even have the spray paints made yet, and I'm still not sure the color code I want to go with yet. Because why, yes, there are people who have the, okay, use this pipe for this gas. This is going to be a coolant line, and I don't really care what gas is in it. I care more about its temperature. And right now, I'm not even sure what gas I'm going to use for it, uh, although I probably have my answer right here. But we'll color code it once we get everything working and we optimize things. This, I don't even think this will be my final solution. This is just until we get the atmospherics room built. That's stuff for now.
Power low.
Gonna get my things out. Well, not finished, but do a better job. Let's go make some more pipe and change our battery out while we do.
Power critical.
Because right now we're just trying to design an exhaust system for that tiny, tiny room, which I do plan on expanding later. But I also have plans that are depending on me to get it cool before it gets too hot. We have time right now, but not much. We'll get 40 pipe, and then we'll see how far that 40 pipe takes us up the elevator shaft. Which I'm recognizing I'm going to have to move where that pipe is going up because we need it not to be in the doorway. We need it along the sides. Seven more pipe, and then we'll get back to work. Huh? We recognize this hello? There we go. That should be a good position. And we don't have to worry about us accidentally blocking our doorway. Hey, what do you know? Took us all the way up. I can't imagine it's got much pressure left. Nope. But it only actually takes 650 liters. That's nice. Let's go figure out how exactly we're going to radiate this heat for now. And that pretty much solves that. I'm not going to be, no, actually, nickel and iron. Nickel and iron. Before we crank up the heat, let's degas it. Okay. Leave enough gas to melt the ice. We need specific pressure and temperature. And I've overshot the temperature. Boom, there we go. And now dump all the into the. Yes, this is a bit overkill for the tiny room, but if we decide to, when we decide to expand, we will already have the nice, large, extendable radiator to build from. So that would be smart. No, no, two steel sheets. Ooh, skeleton. Definitely been a while since I've made one of these. Yes, always plan for bigger. What was that? That's something that's changed since I last did it. Now it must be water. You can't use gas. Alrighty. Alright. Since we don't have any liquids set up, let's go do a standard radiator since that one requires liquids. And we're gonna need more copper. I can do them in stacks of 500. If that's how big an ingot can be. Waiting for the ore to drop. There we go. Remembering to hydrate, because I know I struggle to remember to hydrate. I mean, forget my character. I forget to hydrate. And hydration's important. Alright, copper. Absolutely copper. And I have still sheet on them. Not vertical, I want it to be horizontal. Vertical. Alright, we'll go the other way. Now we just have to give it more pressure. Let's go check out the greenhouse and see how the cooling works now. Potato seed, potato, potato. There's dinner. We'll make French fries from now. Let our character enjoy not having their suit on. 7.78. Yeah, we need to pump the pressure up. Let's go make an ice crusher and put some of this in there.
Power low.
Right. Cable up here I'm not using at the moment. Actually, I do. We don't need this airlock going at the moment. Well, have a good night. I got the temperature down pretty quickly. So yeah, I guess that's proof of concept. It cooled. Of course, now it's going up. But yeah, it went from 27.8 to 20.3, and no, it's clearly oh, oh, ooh, ooh. That's a problem. That's a problem that we need to address.
Power low.
Do we have any? Do we have any? Nope. But yes. And then we want the types looking. Not great. Let's vent it to the surface though. So, for those who didn't notice or wondered why I'm freaking out, there's condensation building up in these pipes, which is not good. Uh, it can actually cause damage to the pipes and cause them to rupture, which is horrible. So, I'm putting in a condensation valve and a liquid drain. Just to be safe, I am putting, because sometimes you can try to hook things up directly and they get upset about it. So sometimes it's good to have a pipe in between. And there, we just took care of the condensation. Uh, so the nitrous, as you can see by the little icon right here, is condensing out of this. Uh, Too much pressure and too cold. So the nitrous condenses out, turns into liquid, uh, which is bad for the pipes. It causes stress on the pipes and will break them. So what we did, condensation valve, which takes the liquid out of the pipe and puts it into a liquid net. And right there kind of shows the whole issue, which ironically, that's actually a cheap way to get a liquid drain. Is that's it's like a passive vent, but for liquids now. So I'm going to just leave that pipe bursted. Because what happened there is the liquid froze, and that breaks the liquid pipes. And one more level, change out our battery. And let's process our food. Now let's go back to our breathable space so we can open up our tank, or I mean open up our helmet, eat some food, and drink some water. And while we're there, we can check on how the AC is working for our tank space. Helmet off, suit off, stuff your face, wash it down. All the food is thriving. The system is working fairly decently. And the timer just went out, of course. We're no longer stinky, so we can go back on our suit. So I kind of want to expand that area. I want to be able to be out of my suit more and more than just that tiny little space. And I'm very happy the refrigerator was operating as efficiently as it was, because that was actually going to be one of my concerns. Who has the steam? Still frying. Or have a cow. There's the suit storage that I want to set up. No, I don't have the cow. Okay. Pet cow. We put on the back of the suit storage. Before I forget how many times, I'm gonna put all this back. We don't need it. Now we need 24 sheets to fill out these frames. Half of them. More. 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. Make all these airtight. Because while the ground is airtight, I always like to make it airtight just in case I happen to be expanding and forget about the space. Door, door, um, there's nothing wrong with getting extras, so we'll get extras, and that way, um, door, iron and copper, there's copper, there's iron. 2 doors, please. I'm trying to think how many flat walls I'm gonna need, but it's a lot, and I'm just gonna not try to hurt my head doing math. Because whatever I decide, I'm gonna be short. I love the statement one person made. Stationeers math is uh, whatever you think you need plus one. Holding up. Cats are quite content watching me on the big screen. We'll stop at 20. So I know they've added fluids in the world where you can actually have actual liquid water or pollutant or oxygen in the world. But I'm not even at a spot where I have atmosphere other than that little area. So it's gonna be a while before I have liquids in the world. And then they released the bit where like things interact with the liquids. And that'd be fun to play with. But that's gonna be a while. It would be nice to have like a swimming pool in your base. strictly speaking, that would be the minimum requirements, but let's not do minimum. All right. We still need 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 3 of those. And something for the doors. Plastic sheets for the doors. Isn't it plastic sheet and glass if I remember correctly? 2, 3, 2, 2, plastic sheets. 3 for the front, or 3 for the walls, and 2 for the front. But go. Face palm. Got the flat walls. Oops. Oh, oh, that's still like not regular glass. I feel silly. That goes in there. That's the glass I want. Since I'm here and I'm remembering flat walls. One, two, three, because we need those walls filled. Oh, all right. 1, 2, 3 more. One, two. Now let's wire up the airlock. No, build the airlock. It's not even built properly yet. Alright, so let's review what we need for an airlock. We're going to need the airlock chip, we're going to need the console. Got the iron in here. Yep,
Power low.
iron in there. Okay. I just remember one of the things I need out of the hydraulic pipe bender. We need a active vent as well as a passive vent. Yeah, there's that system. Direct feed. I hate when you put stuff in and realize you open the lever. Okay, so console.
Air tank low.
There's my air pen.
Air tank critical.
Sensor. And after that, it's cable. Lots and lots. We'll get to at least 20 and then we'll See if that's enough. Wire. Interior elevator and exterior elevator. Now let's turn on. Guess we're going to get an air code. Actually, let's pull you out right now because I forgot. Label U. Vent and elevator. Gas sensor. And now you can see why I named them elevator because this airlock is still on that network. How do I want to go about testing this? I messed it up. I wasn't fast enough. Because I realized I don't want nitrous. So I can't use the nitrate. You can do this one though.
Low pressure.
Ah! So now this space doesn't have air conditioning. But once we've validated that this airlock is functional and that, we can actually dismantle this airlock. And boom. So let's make sure the pressure's not dropping. So we have a nice solid seal. Depressurizes nicely. Alrighty. I just recognized the blunder. Angle grinder. No, I can just simply move the airlock to like right here. And drill to deconstruct. Wrench to deconstruct. That's going to the air conditioning. Lost that gas. There we go. This is the area I needed access to. Yep, and that answers that.
Waste tank caution.
Still not completely sealed, but hmm. Oh, we just want a regular regulator on that one. There's the door. Alrighty. Yeah. So now, technically speaking, I just have to wire this up, and we have a. Come on. There we go. So that would let us get us back out and up and over. I'll have to remember that on any pressurized room that I'm going to want an access core to get on the outside. Waste tank? Waste tank. Good, good. That will do. How much CO2? Okay, we still got a nice 7% CO2, so we're not going to suffocate our plants. Uh, Although one of the fun bits is with the way this is now set up, where we do have the light over there, I could run a water pipe somewhere over in the shadow and start growing mushrooms again. That would definitely keep the CO2 levels up, but then what about making sure that they balance each other nicely? I'll have to think on that one. So yay, we have a much bigger area that we can now walk around in without our spacesuit on. That way we have more area that we can be de-stinky. So we got this guy set up, and the idea is when I put this in there, should vent it out the back, the waste tank. But I'd already done it, so who knows? Might need to be powered. But we got a little airlock system. We've got the stands, that way we can just uh, at a certain point, I'm going to run power to it, and that way it will charge the battery while we're not wearing it. And hopefully that will help us reduce that battery low, uh, battery critical from happening. Uh, Level 5, we need to start working on level 5 because that's going to be our atmospheric level. Or do we want to put atmospherics next to the minor? No, I think for this we will just keep atmospherics at level 5. Uh, the pressurized zone will be level 10. Level 5 or 15 is atmospherics. 10 will be our living area with greenhouse. 5 will be production, and bottom 4 will be the mine. I think that's a good way to work it. Or, you know what? Atmospheric should go with the production, especially with the furnace and all the gases. So mine's level 0, production and atmospherics will go on 5. We can have living quarters here, and we'll actually put the greenhouse. We'll keep the greenhouse on this level and put living quarters on tier 5. Living slash guest. Oh, 15. Let's just call it basement, level 1, level 2, level 3, and ceiling, because it's starting to get confusing. At least to me. It is close to midnight, and I do have work tomorrow morning, and my brain is starting to slide. But yeah, I'm actually happy that we now have a nice open space that we can breathe in, other than the lifeboat. Uh, Excuse me. I'm debating on how much do I want to expand the greenhouse at this time because this tiny 3-plant farm has been sustaining me very nicely. I haven't had to touch the ration packs for a while. I haven't touched trading all game, so I'm not too focused on the trading right now. I do eventually want to expand the port and actually get uh, multiple landing pads. but focused on the getting the base where we want it first. And I feel we're slowly getting there. Let's go check the deep miners and see if any of the centrifuges needed to be unloaded. Oh, looks like a lot of them. "39 days without dying." No.
Hunger caution.
So I'm thinking we'll just feed this guy into a vending machine. Yeah, a vending machine. And we'll also grab all these overflows and shove them into a vending machine too. Uh,
Power low.
and that way, when the silos get full, I mean, if the silos are full of ore, then that I don't need that ore for a while. And then that vending machine can be linked to the traders, so that way I'll have ores to trade when traders come by. Uh, so next week we can look into what it would take to have all these centrifuges on hashes to have it where when they're full, they auto empty. That loads them up. But we need to get it where the centrifuges know they're full, open, and then when they're empty, close. And then these guys will be automated and I don't have to worry about it. The sorters are already doing good. The other trick, the next phase down here, which I don't know when I'll get to, is linking all of these to their own to a vending machine, not their own vending machine, and have it where the vending machine has uh, so many of each ore, and if it doesn't, it requests it from the silo. And then we have that vending machine attached to a advanced furnace, so we can request our own ores, and it will just pull from here. And then we'll be able to just sit there and go, hey, we're going to be processed. I want 500 steel, and the computer will send us the material for 500 steel. I've never done that, but that's part of the challenge. That's why I want to do this. So that's my plan for this tier. As we go into the production tier, uh, this completely needs to get reworked. We're going to have the first bit here will be just full of lockers for general storage. Uh, this needs to get moved up into the So, so we'll have this area up here, the storage for just general, and then we'll move these guys over a bit and make it a little bit easier to use them. Uh, we'll probably set up a hot and a cold furnace. And then from here, we can take from the waste tank and do the atmospheric gas storage. This we're going to have, like right now it's our living area because our living area hasn't been built yet. But this will be our hydroponics and genetics area. Maple, flippers. Mushroom, potato, open up, and pop the helmet off. Uh, so yeah, we're going to expand this to be a greenhouse. We're going to have a greenhouse for each type of food, or each type of plant. And then we're going to have a genetics area, so if we ever find time, we'll mess around with the plant's genetics. And back to the
Power low.
oh, we got
Low pressure.
oh,
Oxygen low. Pressure critical. Oxygen critical. Temperature critical.
and then this will become our actual living quarters where we're actually going to put in rooms for the staff. And then when we come up here, we're actually going to go to a sealed above ground base. Uh, we'll end up moving this bit of solar somewhere else. That solar will probably remain where it is and be expanded upon. But you're going to come up here, you're going to be inside of a building, and then in each section you're going to have a landing zone that can be pressurized. And we will rebuild the emergency base somewhere else so that way there is always going to be a shelter in case anything happens to the main base. So we'll have an autolay, we'll have the basic, autolay, hydraulic printer, tool printer, and electric, well, actually, just these three. We'll leave the tool printer out. Uh, basically a lifeboat for something catastrophic happens here, how are you going to survive? Well, you have the basic shelter with, yeah, we'll even have it with its own landing pad for the backup shelter. I think we started with just this pod. Alrighty, I think I'm going to call it just a bit early today. I've been up since very early this morning, and I think we've accomplished a bit. And in the next 18 minutes, I can't see myself focusing on doing anything meaningful. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for staying with me. Uh, I do post my content to YouTube as well.